Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be talking about sleep paralysis. Yes, let's talk about sleep paralysis. I'm sure everybody, most people that know about sleep paralysis, you guys will have questions, a lot of questions, and some people have experienced sleep paralysis. Some people have never experienced sleep paralysis. I myself, I've experienced sleep paralysis a whole lot, like a whole lot. I can't count the number of times I've had sleep paralysis. And usually, they usually say sleep paralysis is supposed to happen once or twice in a person's whole lifetime, and that's it. It has occurred more than that for me. Like, I can't count how many times I've had sleep paralysis. So today, that's going to be our topic today. So let's dive into what sleep paralysis is and what happens in sleep paralysis. So, what then is sleep paralysis? Now, for us to understand what sleep paralysis means, sleep paralysis is when you cannot move or speak as you are waking up or falling asleep. And usually, truth be told, it is scary. It is very, very scary. Let nobody tell you that sleep paralysis is not scary. It is scary. Like, you're like, am I dying? I'm not dying. I can see what's going on around. I can't move any part of my body. I can't speak. You can't shout. You can't talk. You can't. It is very scary. But research has been found to tell us that it is harmless. Well, okay. They said it is harmless. So they usually say it is scary but it is harmless. So most people will always get it once or twice in their lifetime, which I actually debunked that statement because I've had it several times. Quite a number of times, a lot of times. So then, let's dive into what happens during sleep paralysis. So now, what happens during sleep paralysis? Now, most times during sleep paralysis, you may feel like you're awake, but you cannot move your body, you cannot speak, you cannot turn your faces, you can't open your eyes, but you are conscious. You are conscious, you are awake, but you can't do anything. Like absolutely anything. You can't even move your leg. So like you can't move anything. And then when one has sleep paralysis, you feel like maybe there's somebody in your room. Maybe there's somebody watching you. Or like you feel like there's someone in your room basically. At times some people feel like maybe somebody's pushing them down. Maybe somebody's the one holding you for moving your body and all that. And truth be told, it's very, very frightening. It's very frightening. And this sleep paralysis can last up to several minutes. You can be in that position for several minutes. So now we're going to talk about the causes of sleep paralysis real quickly. So now we're talking about the causes of sleep paralysis. Now, sleep paralysis happens when you cannot move any part of your muscles when you're waking up or falling asleep. It could happen when you're about waking up or when you're just falling asleep. It can occur at any point in time between those two times, and this is because you are in your body is still in a sleep mode, but your brain is active. Your brain is fully active. That's when it occurs. That's why when it occurs basically. So it is not clear why sleep paralysis usually happen, but it has been linked to some few things. Like, of course, it has been linked to some few things like insomnia, disrupted sleep patterns for people. Like now, maybe change in sleep pattern. Maybe you just sleep in night now because of work, now you sleep during the day, or maybe jet lag, changing of locations, and jet lag could occur because of change in sleep pattern. Basically, it could occur because of insomnia. It can occur because of narcolepsy. That's a term condition that causes a person to suddenly fall asleep. And it could occur because of PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, maybe a traumatic event that occurred in a person's life triggering that. It could trigger that PTSD. It could be triggered by, it's also linked to general anxiety disorder. It has been linked to panic disorder, or it could even be linked to family history of sleep paralysis. So if your family member usually have sleep paralysis, the likelihood of it being passed down is I actually. So if a family member usually has sleep paralysis, it's likely that it might occur to you at one point or the other. So how can you help yourself from getting this sleep paralysis? What are things you can do to help yourself not have sleep paralysis? Like they've said through some research that have been done, that you need to just try and get enough sleep, about 6 to 8 hours of sleep each day. Second, you need to go to bed roughly at the same time every day and waking up at the same time, practically getting yourself a sleep routine. And then you need regular exercise, but make sure you don't exercise between 4 hours before bed, so your body is not going to be awake when you're meant to be sleeping. So these are what they say you should do to prevent sleep paralysis. So try that out if it's going to work for you. Now there's also don'ts, things you need to avoid doing so you don't get sleep paralysis. Like they'll say that do not eat big meals, smoke, drink alcohol before, or caffeine shortly before bed, going to bed. It's no, you shouldn't take that shortly before going to bed. But yeah, to prevent sleep paralysis. And secondly, do not sleep on your back. This can make sleep paralysis more likely to happen. Should be told, anytime I had sleep paralysis, I usually laid on my back. Like it's like you're like this and you can't move, so it's very scary. So they said do not lay on your back. So you guys, if you have sleep paralysis frequently, try to observe yourself. Do you sleep on your back? Are you eating big meals, smoking, drinking alcohol or caffeine before bedtime? You need to take note of some things that they said are likely to happen or cause sleep paralysis. You can try and prevent that. You will need to see a doctor or refer to a specialist if you find out that sleep paralysis is affecting your day-to-day living. Yeah, if you often feel you have sleep paralysis often, okay, that's fine. And you feel very anxious or scared to go to bed, go to sleep, because in fact, if you first have sleep paralysis for the first time, you might not want to go to bed because you'll be scared like, oh my god, I don't want that thing to happen to me again. But after a while, you just it just doesn't count anymore. But if you actually feel like it keeps coming, the anxiety to sleep, and you're always scared to go to bed, you need to seek help as soon as possible. And then if you feel like you're always tired all the time due to lack of sleep, take note and try to search for help. That will help us get rid of it quickly and help yourself to get rid of the anxiety and fear of sleeping, because sleep is important. So basically, that is what sleep paralysis is and what the causes linked to. Sleep paralysis causes are linked to. You need to take note of that to try and help yourself, help people around you. And there are treatments for sleep paralysis. So if you're having sleep paralysis and it's affecting your day-to-day living, affecting your sleep pattern, you can't sleep anymore, you're anxious, you're scared of going to bed, the best thing for you to do is to seek help. Go online, check for places, or in your society or your community at large, you might see some therapists or psychologists there that could help you, refer you to the appropriate people that will help you in that particular case. Or you can just look online and you see a lot of people who are willing to help you come out of the anxiety and the fear from sleep paralysis and help you live a better and comfortable life. So basically, that's just the long and short of what sleep paralysis is, for those that didn't know what sleep paralysis is before, or those that haven't gone through sleep paralysis. But for us that have gone through sleep paralysis, it's got weird pause. So if it's affecting your day-to-day life, please seek for help. Don't hesitate to look for help. Please, and please. So thank you very much for watching today's episode of Let's Talk Mental Health. I hope you picked one or two things from it. I also picked one or two things from it. So I hope you did the same. I'll see you next time. Bye.